Dajahao, my name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Lao Wai. Well, we've made it, folks. At long last, we have reached the end of our vacation in Keelung. Or rather, we reached the end of that vacation about a year ago, and now I'm looking back after the fact, now that I've finished editing all those videos. Much shorter, big vacation than my last one, I know. We only spent like 3 months getting through my videos of Keelung. It took us like over a year for my big South Taiwan vacation before that. But hey, short vacations are nice too, aren't they? Also, fun fact, I have stayed up all night once again. It is past 5:30 in the morning right now. Do not ask me why I have chosen to do this. I do not have an answer for you. We did just grab breakfast at one of the places that's open super late, so I am feeling fairly refreshed, all things considered. And in case you missed the memo, yes, I do have new glasses, and yes, they are very stylish. Thank you for noticing. You know, it's kind of funny. I set off on my Keelung vacation last year in like the first week of April, and now, almost a year later, I am recording this in the wee hours of the morning on the very first day of March. So it has pretty much been just about a year. It's fun making these videos so long after the fact, you know, after going through all my footage and editing those videos to get them up on the channel. Hindsight is often 20/20, and it's fun looking back on those memories after experiencing them in the moment. But that's enough waffling from me. Let's get to it. Keelung. Obviously, in comparison to a lot of the big cities I visited in my big South Taiwan trip previous to that, Keelung is relatively small. In fact, it may well be the smallest of the major cities in Taiwan, although I don't have the exact statistics for that. Also, give me a sec, we're actually walking right by the riverbank right now, so I can hop up and give us a nice view as we stroll. There we go, that's more like it. Man, nothing like a little still pond or stream right before the sun starts to rise, you know what I mean? Speaking of, hey, I think that's the sunrise behind us. Hello! I tell you, the things I do for a pretty shot in some of these videos, it gets a little excessive. But we're getting off track. Back to Keelung, stay on topic. And back on the topic of it being a very small city, I mean like the actual urban sprawl part of Keelung. You can explore that, the entirety of it, on foot in probably just like 2 hours or something. That might be a little extreme, maybe something closer to 4 or 5 hours, but you can very easily walk around the whole of Keelung's metropolitan area in a single day. In a way, it's less of a city and more sort of a nexus point where the features of the landscape come together, because it's situated right on the harbor, and then you've got mountains on either side. So really, Keelung is the bottom of the valley sloping into the sea down at that part of Taiwan, and a bunch of people just decided to take up shop there, set down roots, and build a very vibrant, thriving community in that little tucked away section of the island. Also, we're gonna go off course a little bit to get more beautiful shots of this lake, because my god, with that sunset, whoo! I swear, I can't tell if my cinematography has been getting better or worse the more I've been doing these videos, but I do have a knack for stumbling across like the most beautiful shots in existence, because my god, look at this! We've also got these fun little riverside lights that change color gradually. Like these were red just a second ago, they switched to green. Very cool detail. I've actually never been in this precise part of Taoyuan before, which is funny because it's right next to a bunch of parts that I have been to a lot. I just never, like, stepped a few meters down south this way, I suppose. But if nothing else, I really did choose the perfect time to check it out, because these colors are gorgeous. So Keelung is not the biggest city in the world. I only spent like 2 full days and 1 mostly full day there, and I feel like I checked out most of the major spots. But while it is not the biggest place in the world, it is absolutely dense with culture and community. The biggest example of that is probably the Miaoko night market, because that was just a thriving, sprawling mass of cool shit going on. I've been around this island a lot, and there are still things that I saw in Miaoko that I haven't really seen in any other night market. Not to mention, of course, the fact that it's pretty much open 24/7. Like, I was there at all hours of the day, morning, afternoon, evening, late night, past midnight, and there was always at least one stall going on there. Jesus Christ, I'm trying not to get distracted, but look at that sunrise! Man. So the Malco is great. You could probably spend like a whole week just eating your way through that part of the city and exploring all the little tidbits it has. Excuse me, my hair is not behaving right now. That being said, I think the real attraction of going to Keelung is not the city itself, but the wilderness surrounding it. Like I said, it's got mountains on all sides, and there are a lot of very cool trails to explore there. So you can spend one day just going up north like I did and exploring the mountains up north, and then another day exploring the mountains down south, and then maybe heading over to the west a bit and seeing what the mountains look like over there. Obviously, there's a lot more than I actually saw in my limited time there, but I think I gave you guys a pretty decent sample at least. And of course, there is the seafood, because if you're a harbor city with deep fishing culture, you better have some damn good seafood. I still remember that sushi place I ate at that one day market that was just so freaking delicious. If you want to sample the sea's bounty, there are few places in Taiwan that will serve you as well as Keelung. You also definitely want to pay a visit to Heping Island and that little geopark it has at the very top. Just some very awesome nature sites in that area. And what's nice about it is that it hasn't really succumbed to any tourist trappiness that you might see in other more popular destination sites. It is tourist-friendly, you don't need to be a local to get your way around there, but it has pretty solidly kept its culture and kept its way of going about things. So it's a very good way to get a slice of, like, real Taiwan, you know, as close to that as you can get. So it's a good place to go if you want a slice of, like, real Taiwan, traditional Taiwan, or at least as close as a foreigner can get to that without actually being a local themselves. I would not mark it as an absolute must-visit destination spot, but it is absolutely worth a bit of a weekend excursion to check it out. I do plan to visit again in the future. There are some things a bit further afield from the city itself, like little townships and boroughs, sort of up, down, and all around. So maybe next time I'll get more outside of the city proper and explore all those little avenues a bit further afield. Next time, though, I'm definitely going in the summer because, whew man, even in April there was quite some chilliness that far north on this island, which is another thing to consider. It gets rainy up in that part of Taiwan, especially in the colder months, so plan your trip around that, maybe aim for the hotter season. And wouldn't you know it, we have an absolutely gorgeous sunrise coming up behind us. Once again, we've gone from pitch black to the bright rays of the sun starting the morning off. It's the one nice thing about staying up so ridiculously late. Nowhere else do you get sights like this. God, what is my hair doing? It's like falling flat in all sorts of weird ways. Stop it. That is all I have to say about Keelung. I hope you enjoyed my experience there as much as I did. In 2 weeks' time, you will see the start of my next vacation. And since we've already been to the very south of Taiwan and now to the very north of Taiwan with Keelung, I figure it's about time we head to the very middle of Taiwan. And oh god, what a great choice that turned out to be. But you'll see what that looks like soon enough. For now, I think it's time for me to end this video and see if I can make it through the rest of the day without falling flat on my face in exhaustion. Fingers crossed. Once again, thank you for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll see you next time. 再见. Bye-bye.